You know what it is. For those that don't know me, I'm Garcia. For those that do, this is Talk Your Barbershit. Got a special guest today. I always say that, but they all special. They all dope. They all amazing. And this is a privilege to be able to have this platform that I created, to have so much being shared, so much love, so much information. I just had an idea and never knew. There's no sound. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Should be sound on my end, but let me know. What's up, Leon? Thanks for the information, but yeah, let me know if you can hear me or you can't hear me still. Okay. Thank you, love. Appreciate you. But back to it. Like I said, this is Talk Your Barbershit, and I got a special guest today. It's been a pleasure to have so many guests come on here and share their journey, share their livelihood, share their background. I had a lot of males when I first started, and it trickled in with some females, but now I got a lot of females that's coming to the platform, and they killing the game. They're setting the standard. They're getting what they're worth and so much more out of here. And to have this lady that's going to be coming aboard and sharing her information, sharing her journey, sharing how she became a barber. I'm looking forward to it. She started following the IG, showing love, and then I reached out to her and I said, "Hey, let's make this happen." So I'm just glad that I can continue doing this. To have so much this gratification to let me know that what I'm doing is worthy of people taking their time out to jump on here, and they could be doing so much more, but they said, hey, I'm gonna jump on this platform and give it all, and that means a lot to me. So waiting for her to go on. I jumped on just a little bit earlier just to make sure that the sound was correct, the lighting was right. So I'm out in LA, she's out in Georgia, so time is a lot different, but she gonna be jumping on pretty soon. And yeah, also I'm gonna be saying this throughout the conversation, but if anybody has any questions or would like to ask a question, this is for you as well. Even though I'm interviewing her, I want you guys to jump in. I want you guys to be a part of this. I want you to ask questions. I want you to share. Let's keep this going. This is family. When I created this barber site, this Barbie link, I wanted to, connect something that's like Barbie United. So I want all the feedback that I can get. I want all the questions. I want you guys to share. I want you guys to jump aboard. So, this is for you. Oh yeah, I want to shoot a shout out everybody that's been checking this out, checking me out, sharing my line, my brand. I came out with some hats after the whole COVID thing, and I know it's kind of different now. We're just wearing masks and not be able to get too near to each other and pass out cards or whatever. So I created some hats where it states, I'm a barber. So if you're a barber and you want to walk around and you want to let people know what you do, and this is your creativity, this is your platform, this is your love, let them know. I created these hats. I got all colors. These are my trucker hats right here, and then I have the corduroys that I just made up. As you see, comes in all colors as well. So yeah, if you want one, I'll let your boy DM me. All right, so I see you on. So let me jump you in. Just sent you the invite. Lady Barber's Lives Matter. I like that. Lady Barber Lives Matter. Just letting you guys know. Are they 28? 28. What's
Hey,
up?
what's going on? How are you?
I see where you at still.
I'm at the shop still. Got finished.
That's what it's about. That's what it's about. So I want to tell you straight up, I appreciate you taking time out. You could be doing so much or something else at this point. Like you said, you still at the shop. So, I appreciate you taking a moment away from that to jump on this platform, to talk your truth, to talk your shit.
Most definitely, most definitely. Thank you for having me. This is definitely a dope platform, a dope opportunity. So thank you.
No, this is amazing. I got a chance to see like one of your likes on one of my pages or one of my interviews, and then I went to your page and I was like, man, this lady is killing it. So
Thank you.
I had to reach out and say, hey, why don't you jump aboard and talk your barber shit? So
Right.
um, let me tell you a little bit about the platform. So I'm gonna run through this real quick because I say it every time I do an interview. But I started this right before the pandemic when I decided to become a barber. I was cutting hair, but to really fully say, hey, I want to go get my license. I want to, make this a career. I want to make this, my next passion, my next journey. I jumped into the barbering and then chaos happened. The whole pandemic, the whole COVID and everything like that. So it took away from the opportunity of me being in the classroom, me being around my peers, and having that connection that you have when you're in that barber school, having other barbers allies that's help you, show you what you messing up bad, or stuff like that. So it took all that away. So I was just wondering, like, how can I still keep that bond, keep that conversation going, see how my classmates are doing through everything. And then I created Talk Your Barbershit. So I just started having my classmates coming on, sharing what they was going through. And then after that, it just blew up to, everybody else seeing it, want to join. And, I had some heavyweights come aboard. Got people that have been in the game for like 20 plus years to really share their journey, their growth, where, how they're going through the COVID and how they're going to feel like they're going to bounce back from after COVID and stuff like that. So I just kept it going. And like I said, I'm still learning myself with my barber license. I'm a year going in, a year and a half in. But like I said, I've been cutting like 2 years, 3 years before that. But I always feel like it's never a moment where you can't learn, you can't grow. So I'm always, challenging myself or finding ways to look at, people like yourself to see how, you're growing, how you're moving, what you're bringing new to the table, and what your experience is with new clippers or new enhancements and, all the stuff that's going on nowadays. So that's how Talk Your Barbershop got created, and I want to hear more about you. I want to know your journey. I want to know how is it to be a female in this industry? How are you challenging yourself? How are you making not ripples but waves in this industry, in this field? And let's start. Let's introduce yourself. Let's go.
So my name is Lacey.
All right.
Lady Barber Lives Matter. If you guys don't know. But I've been cutting hair for 12 years now. I started back in 2010. So I had an opportunity to go to barber school. I actually have a background in cosmetology too. I went
Nice.
to cosmetology school, finished it, but I never got my license. So that's something else that I'm thinking about now, moving forward. Um, so I had an opportunity to go to barber school, and I just took it and I ran with it. I found out real quick that if I'm gonna be a barber, I'm gonna have to be a beast at it. Like I gotta be good. Being a female, going through those obstacles, trying to get guys to trust me to cut their hair and to want to sit in my chair. So I had to put in a lot of work which is why, you know, my name is what it is. Lady Barber Lives Matter. You know, people ask me all the time, like, why'd you choose that? And I'm like, you know, so we can get that conversation going, you know?
Yeah.
Females can cut hair just as good as men, if not better. You know, it's no longer a male dominated industry. You know, so many females are killing it and making a name for themselves. So I think that should be highlighted. And when people see my name, hopefully, you know, they realize that, you know, women do this too and they do it good. So
That's dope. Yeah, what first thing that popped out to me was your name, and I loved it. Like before, I was like, when I first seen it, I was like, Black Lives Matter. No, oh no, lady.
yeah, it was a little play on that kind of just, you know, it stuck after a while. So I just kind of, you know, ran with it. And my shop, I have a shop too. I'm a shop owner out in I'm from out Lancaster, Pennsylvania.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
I'm not from out Atlanta. I'm just out
I
here
know.
cutting, but I'm originally based out
My
of
fault.
Lancaster. No, it's all good. It's all good. I'm based out of Lancaster, Pennsylvania. So my shop out there is called BLM Hair Studio because, you know, I wanted it to be, you know, kind of close to my barber name what I go by, and it didn't really click that it would be, you know, mistaken as, you know, Black Lives Matter. I don't know, but whatever. But it's I don't mind it because it keeps that conversation going as well,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
So
No, I love every aspect of it. It's dope. It really stands out, and really, it could draw so much conversation with that. And you're right. Barbers, female barbers matter. You guys are very professional. You guys are very detailed. You guys know how to give great customer service. You're not about that bullshit.
oh, not at all. Not at all.
So, yeah, I mean, like, what drew you? What made you decide when you saw that one clipper or that one T-liner? You was like, okay, I could see. Because I know you say, was Cosmo your first passion before barber?
It actually was.
Okay.
I did it my senior year of high school. My high school had a program where you could do it, you know, full day. So
Okay.
I was doing it, and I graduated early, and I had all my hours. But you know, me being 18 at the time, I wasn't thinking, yo, go take your test and get your license. You know, I wasn't thinking
Okay.
about that. So I ended up not getting my license and just, you know, working a regular, you know, warehouse job, making money, whatever, whatever.
Mm.
And so I had an opportunity to go to barber school. I had a situation and was able to go to barber school. So I was like, you know what, if I'm gonna go to barber school, I'm really gonna take it seriously and, you know, see what it's about. And I loved it from like day one. I knew that's what I wanted to do.
Okay. Okay. Because I'm in the field right now. I done my barbering, finished, got my license, but now I want to also get my Cosmo because I feel like it's a lot of things that I would like to add with the program of me being a barber with Cosmo. So
Absolutely.
I feel like what you're saying, like you want to go back and you want to complete it and you want to master it. I feel like within this business, there's nothing wrong with being more well-rounded. Like you don't have to do everything in each field, but it's nothing wrong with just learning to add on. So
Exactly.
I'm glad that you spoke on that and you shared that. Um, when you switched, was it ever an if moment? Like, whew, is this is this the road I really want to go down?
I had my moments in barber school just like everybody does, you know, your first mess up and you know, your first time you nick somebody, you know. Um, you find out real quick, you know. But me, I'm the kind of person, you know, when somebody tells me no, I can't do something, or, you know, is she gonna be able to do it? Like that makes me go 10 times even harder. Like that motivates me.
Yeah, as it
So yeah, you can't tell me no, I can't do something because I'm always get it. I'm always get it done.
okay. So like let's keep that let's keep this rolling. So even now in your whatever you're doing, like even if it's social media or creating a new business aspect that surrounds barbering or whatever you're tackling at this moment, are you still in that if moment, or now you just like I'm more clear, I'm clear minded, I know what I want, I'm just gonna do it.
Exactly. I'm very clear-minded. I know exactly what the goal is and what I'm trying to do.
Mm.
So I'm all in.
All right,
I'm in the middle right now of doing exactly what I need to do.
nice, nice. Um, what is it that you like? You feel like you're loving more about this business nowadays? Like, what stands out to you, even from like inside the barbering? I want to also talk, but let me stick to the topic because I'm gonna jump on that as well. But what is it that you like or loving more that you're seeing from barbers? Female barbers? What is it that's standing out more, and you want to see stand like elevate and stand out more?
I think social media definitely lets everybody see, what it is that we actually do as barbers. You know, and it allows people to see that, barbers aren't just, a bunch of guys, it's women too. And not just that though, too, you see guys braiding hair now too. You see all types of things. Like I really like that people are trying to continue the education and add more services and do things that they wouldn't normally do. I think that's really dope. Like you said, you wanting to go back to cosmetology school. I think that's amazing. I think that's dope. Just, I think we're all kind of in the same boat, like trying to get money, like however, whichever way possible. Like we out here, we're really grinding, like, and it's not easy. It's not easy being a barber and having, such demanding hours and being away from family, being away from, kids, whatever it may be. Like it's very demanding. I don't think people really understand that.
Well,
It's a
yeah,
very demanding job.
and
So I like how it's being displayed and people can see, what it is that we actually do and, the things that we actually deal with and face.
I like that you approach that with the family and being working these hours. Yeah, these hours can get very overwhelming because we know that at the end of the day that we're giving a service, but we have to give something that makes the people and the customers come to us, that keeps us moving forward, to keep us, loving what we do. We love what we do, but at the end of the day, it's a business, and we got to keep that business going. And sometimes it could be days that's very slow, or it could be days that's very fast because you rapidly bringing in customers. So we have that wavelength. So how is it that internally, how are you mentally dealing with it? How do you keep your sanity? How do you keep your health? How do you keep, you know, like you said, wanting to spend time with your family and, make sure that you're trying to level everything off in a way that you don't feel like you're being pulled all over the place.
It's tough. I'm not even gonna lie to you or sugarcoat it. It's tough trying to balance everything and trying to, I mean, I guess with anything, any profession, it's tough. But me just speaking on, being a barber, it's demanding. So mentally, you always have to take time for you. Take time for your family, take time, to chill. And I mean, that's hard. It's easier said than done nowadays, especially with me. I'm traveling back and forth between two states now, trying to get myself, situated. So it's a lot. Um, my family definitely keeps me going, pushing me, supporting me, and just knowing that, I have everything under control, and
That's dope.
everything's gonna be cool.
And that does, like, even just knowing and having that knowledge that people are trying or their best to understand. They might not understand it fully because sometimes they be like, "Hey, maybe you can take a break. Maybe you can take a few days off and just come in."
It's not that easy,
Yeah.
man. It's not. It is
But you know,
nice.
at least they don't, you know, really harp on it and be like, okay, okay, I understand. You know, do what you got.
Yeah,
You know, it's gonna come when we have to, you know, get together and spend time. And but I know you're on your path, you're on your hustle. I understand. Go get it. And you know,
absolutely.
yeah, that means a lot. Um, Another question, also that you just told me that you have your shop. So is it a shop for where you have other barbers inside? Okay. What's the number of your barbers right now?
I have a 4-chair barbershop. Currently I have one other barber. I'm about to hire another bar. Well, I just hired another barber. He's going to be starting soon. I'm excited about that. Shout out to Q Blends. He's on here. I know he's watching. Shout out to him. He's an up and coming barber. It's
Nice.
so cool because he was actually one of my clients. And
Okay.
he started going to my other barber, Cammy Cuts. She's amazing as well.
Okay.
Um, so yeah, he started going to her, and then he started going to barber school. So I think that's amazing. The fact that he was, a client of ours, and he was watching us and seeing what we do and how we, how we move and how we cut and how we conduct ourselves in the shop and how to be professional.
Yes.
So I think it's amazing that he was, he was peeping that, and now he wants to, come work in the shop. I think that's amazing. I'm super excited. He's very talented. So I'm so excited for that. And to be able to have a business where I'm able to put others in a position to win is like priceless. That's amazing. That's what you want to do, is be able to help your people win. So that's a blessing.
That's dope. And reason I wanted to channel that is because I know, well, with a lot that's going on now, but you know, prior to him probably going to school, he was probably doing a lot of online classes. Maybe I'm just assuming, I don't know how, you know, if they was letting the students to still come to the school or do more online. But majority of what we're being taught is just past the state board. Like the information is study, 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 maybe cut here and there, but it doesn't teach you the foundation of like how to be economically straight,
Yeah.
how to, once you walk out of that school, how to be, you know, more aware about customer service, how to be presentable, how to have your lingo ready, how to understand the concept of what cuts that particular client wants. You know, we could say a fade, but that person may not know what a fade is. We could say a high taper, but that person don't know what a taper is.
And there's so many different meanings in different
Yeah,
places. I'm learning up north is what they call a high fade, and a whatever is different from what they do down here. So
yeah,
that's why it's so important to the client consultation too,
yeah,
is very important. And I don't think that's something that they touch on enough in barber schools either.
yeah,
So barber schools only teach you so much. Like you said, it's to pass that test.
yeah, yeah,
Everything else you have to learn it on your own. So it's like, who do you learn that from,
yeah.
I
Because
think
when
it's up to us, older, not older, but like OG barbers that have been doing it for a minute. It's up to us to, help these younger barbers, this new generation of barbers out, and, give them that guidance.
yeah. So let me share experience with on my behalf. So when I got out of school and I started working at the shop, I experienced a good and bad. So I experienced where I had customers that would come and I would service them, and they would come again and I would service them. So I felt like, oh man, I must be doing very well. I must be, you know, from cutting my own hair to actually cutting other people's hair. You can start seeing the transitions of like maybe I need to learn something or watch something because it's not coming out the way I feel like when I cut my hair or to portray on somebody else. So I had one customer come in and he had tattoos in his head. So you have to blend that way very precisely where it looks like it's blended, it's no hard line and all that. So from my point of view, I felt like I was doing a great job. But then when I gave him the mirror, he was like, "Are you done?"
Oh.
So I'm like, in my head, I'm like, is this a trick question? So I'm like, I believe so. So he was like, no, I don't think you done because, you didn't blend this over here. But then it was, it became like, work. It didn't get overwhelming, it didn't get too out of hand, but it came to that moment where I was like starting to question myself, like, okay, is this the road that am I ready for this? Like, so it happened twice to me. At one time where it was just me and my other co-worker that was there, and he helped me out. And then it happened where everybody was at the shop. So one of my mentors that was at the shop came over, and he just kind of like, he was showing me, but he took over the cut, and it's like in front of everybody, the other barbers, the customers, and he like, like in like teacher mode.
Yeah.
So I'm a type of person, that doesn't bother me. Like, it lets me know that, I didn't do my part, and you're willing to share, you're willing to take a moment from your client. He had to walk away from his client to like show me something. And it came to a moment where I was like, maybe I need to step back and really, I had that conversation with like one peer, like, okay, maybe I need to, slow it up a little bit, maybe start over, because it was a new shop. So I didn't want to come off and damage the shop, because they have a persona, they have a look, and you can't have someone at the shop that doesn't match everybody else. So how do you feel about, like, when you bringing in somebody new straight out of school, and you like have those moments where somebody as a customer coming in and like, hey, this ain't what I wanted to pay for, like, you know what I mean?
I've never personally dealt with that situation, but I think in order to prevent that, there's things that you can do to prevent that from happening. I feel like as a shop owner, that's why I tell anybody that comes into my shop, unless you're established, you know what you're doing. If you're fresh out of barber school, I would want you to come in and shadow, either myself or one of my other barbers, and see how the cut should look, or if we can give you advice, or if you can just tighten up a couple things. Like, I'm willing to work with anybody to get them to where they need to be. That's also the part, or that's also something that a shop owner is responsible for, is making sure their team is competent, and they know what they're doing, and they feel confidence.
Yeah.
When taking on any kind of hair texture, any kind of haircut, they're confident.
Yeah.
So before you would even cut, like, I would have to, know that, you're confident with your skills.
Correct. Yeah, because I definitely want, a reason I shared that is because I want barbers to know that as soon as you get out of school, the barbershop is a different animal. And unless you've been cutting for a while, and you bringing in your own clientele, and you have a strong blaze clientele, and your cuts, at the end of the day, it's never a moment where you don't feel like you can elevate. So I want barbers to know, like, you might be great at a taper, you might be great at a fade, but learn how to scissor cut. Learn, the different textures of hair. Like, always keep, motivating yourself, elevating yourself, and learning. And so you never get to that moment where you feel like you're lost, or like, oh, I don't think I think I messed up on this, and you don't know how to bounce back from it.
Yeah.
I also want to share on here, if you guys have questions, because I'm seeing comments and stuff. If you have questions for the young lady, make sure you post it, and you can go through it. And if I see it, but this is what this platform is about. You got shout out. You can reply
I
back.
just want to comment real quick. Somebody asked how long should it take to do a fade? I just want to comment real quick on that. I feel like, listen, don't let Instagram and social media and TikTok fool you. These fades ain't getting done in 30, 60 seconds at all.
Right.
Listen, that's another thing too. Don't look at nobody else's progress or when nobody else is doing it, say, damn, why am I not there yet? Or why are they better than me? Or why this or why that? I feel like barbers take too much time focusing on what other barbers think about them, and that's like, it's not necessary. Just focus on, focus on being the best version of you that you can be.
Yes.
The best barber that you can be. Focus on getting stuff done on your time. That's not a question that somebody can answer. Like, how long does it take to do a fade? No, you do it on your time and you make sure it's clean. Yeah. And then when you make sure it's clean, you go back again and you make sure it's clean. Then you make sure it's clean again. And then you look at it and then you tell your client to look at it. Yeah. That's how long it takes to do a good fade.
That's fine. I like that. I'm gonna have to use that one.
all yours.
What would you like to tell a young lady that's gonna see our chat? Because I'm gonna blast this all over the place. So somebody that is a young woman like yourself that's like, hey, I want to jump in that field. I think I can bring a new presence into this industry, but I don't know who to talk to. I don't know how to get started. I don't know what direction I should go in. What would you tell a young girl right now if you got that? If that young girl was right in front of you, she was like, hey, I want to be a barber, but I never cut hair before. Like, what should I do?
I would, if a young girl was standing in front of me, I would say, listen, I got you. What do you want to know? Don't be afraid to ask people, that you look up to, that you respect. Don't be afraid to ask them questions, I would say just to do it. Just do it. Like, take risks. Don't be scared to fail. Don't be scared that, you're not going to be good enough. Like, do it. There was a time where all of us sucked collectively at barbering, nobody was, nobody was as good as they are today,
Yeah.
We all went through it. So nobody should be, trying to hide information from the next person. Like, we all went through it. We all had to learn. So why wouldn't you want to, pass that game along to somebody else, Just do it. And, if some, up and coming female barber is watching, don't be afraid to hit me up. Hop in my inbox. I'll help out however I can.
Yeah. Hey, do it.
Yeah, just do it.
Yeah.
Do it.
So what would you
stop you from doing what you feel like you want to do?
What would you tell your younger self?
My younger self.
If you can go back.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Take the risk.
Yeah.
I used to be that person that was, 12 years ago, I never thought about leaving my job, my 9 to 5. I was making $20 an hour watching bottles go by on the conveyor belt. I thought that was living, but I wasn't happy. Yeah. And like, I knew I didn't want to do that forever, and I knew that, if I went to go work in a barbershop, I didn't have any clients at that time. I knew that, I wasn't going to have a secure paycheck and, things were going to get tough and, I might not have any money in my pocket that week,
Right.
So, but I knew that, I had an opportunity. So if you have an opportunity, just take it. Yeah. A lot of people are scared of failure, but you don't know until you actually do it,
Facts. Like I was stating before, and I know it takes a while. It's a journey, but I hope like now with social media, YouTube, I noticed that we see a lot of barbers that are sharing cuts, sharing how to build in the barbershop, but I'm starting a little bit more see like, they're showing how you can make a lot of money. They're like, hey, you can charge this amount or you can charge that amount. You could I see that look. But okay, you already got that look. Go with it. Go with it. I don't want to.
No, I'm just listening to you. I'm listening to you.
I feel like you had something that you just wanted to throw out at that moment. So okay, like I said, you have Barbara showing how you can make a lot of money behind the chair. But I definitely want to show how people could save their money, how they can financially gain, how they can, put money aside, how, at the end of the day, you want to make sure, when those rainy days do come, and they come a lot, how
Slow days.
you can prepare yourself for those moments. You can get all that money coming in, but if you don't know how to financially put it together economically, it's feel like, all you're doing is standing behind that chair and that's it. So I want to let you have the floor because I saw that look in your eyes that you wanted to share. So
No, you were talking about the prices and what that's a whole nother story. Barbers and their prices, right? That seems to be the big topic of discussion these days. Barbers and their prices. And I just feel like barbers should charge what they feel like they're worth. You feel me? Nobody should have a comment or opinion. If you don't like what so-and-so is charging, you don't have to go there. It's really that simple. There's really a barber for anybody.
Yeah.
If if you want, a barber school haircut for $5, that's fine. If you want, a barber that charges 25, if you want a barber that charges 50, 100, that's who cares? Like if that's not you, then don't go there. Nobody should be telling anybody else what they should be charging or what they're worth.
That's funny
That's what that made me think of. So
it's funny that you say that because I remember when I was in barber school and we was doing like the $5 haircuts, and then you have customers coming in and they really would get like outraged like about their cut, and I'm like, you at a barber school, right? Like we trying our best because we still learning and we're trying to give you the cut that you want, but at the end of the day, you at a barber school. So I mean, I'm not just like putting that out there. Like, if you at a barber school, you should be up in there just jacking everybody's hair up. No, that's
no.
but I didn't say that people came in there with a high expectation of like what they were supposed to be getting from a $5 cut. And then when you get in a barber shop and you charging whatever, then people still come in like, if it's a kid, oh, I'm not paying that much for my kid's haircut. Or if it's a grown up, I'm not paying that much. I can go and get a $20 cut over here. And I'm like, but okay, this is what I charge. I'm not gonna argue about what I charge. If you don't want my service, like you said, it's a barbershop that's gonna give you the service that you want for the price that you want.
Exactly. It's a barber for everybody. So I'm just saying, I feel like, even barbers are guilty of this too. Oh, why are you charging so much? Or why are you charging that? Like, I don't know. I don't like to get into it. Just let people do them. I feel like barbers charge what you feel like you're worth.
Yeah.
And that's it. You don't have to don't explain nothing to nobody. Do you? Get your money.
Exactly. So, what is it that you do enjoy about social media, and what is it that you feel like you wish you didn't see much of on social media?
You said what I wish I didn't see much of on social media. That was the last part.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna start with what I like seeing on social media.
Okay.
Like I said, I started following a guy. I don't know what his name is, but he's a hair braider, and like, I'm like, yo, I don't know how to braid, mind you.
Yeah.
I can do locks a little bit. I'm starting to dabble with locks, but I cannot braid.
Okay.
I'm trying to teach myself. I bought myself a little mannequin and whatever. I'm trying to braid on the side. I think that's dope.
Yeah.
So I'm following this guy, and he's braiding hair, and I'm like, yo, if he can braid hair, why can't I? So it got me, practicing and trying to get to that level too.
Yeah.
So being able to see people do things outside the box, outside of the ordinary, stepping out their comfort zone, people making videos, content, I think it's dope. Me myself, I've been kind of lackluster with the content just because, I'm so busy.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes, I don't want to stick a camera in my client's face all the time.
Right.
And I do ask people before I take their pictures, like if they want to be on camera or not. I think that's important too, because not everybody wants to be on camera. Not everybody wants to be filmed. Me personally, if I was getting my hair done, I wouldn't want to be filmed. So yeah. I always ask people just to make sure they're comfortable. Some people don't like it.
Yeah.
But sometimes you don't want to sometimes I just like to go back to the basics and just give them a nice service, like a nice experience, you know, without the camera, without the Instagram, without trying to, you know, do too much.
Correct.
So I'm not with the content and posting as much as I probably should be, but I feel like I have enough content on my page where you can get the point. You see what I do.
Yeah.
That's just me. Y'all do y'all, but I'm gonna do me. But I like seeing, you know, I like seeing how far the craft has gone too.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not the same that it was 10 years ago, and I think that's, you know, that's to be expected, and I think it's dope. How much it's evolving. What I don't like seeing, all that clickbait shit. What is that? You know what? Like the thumbnails where it's like half of their skin is like white and like the other half like they're shaping it up, and I'm like, I click on it and I'm like, what the hell is going on? And it's just clickbait.
Yeah. So
that's weird to me. Like, I don't know what that's about, but I think that's really the only thing that irritates me is the clickbait.
So we got. I'm
Um,
sorry. We got Jay Beats son the Beats. He said, "Have you had any rude or upset clients, and how did you deal with that?"
I wouldn't say upset. I say every now and then you get rude people. I think the most rude thing that I get is people telling me not to go up on my prices or telling me that I shouldn't go up on my prices. And I understand, but listen, do you tell Gucci and Balenciaga and Hennessy and Newport 100s to not go up on their prices?
Right.
No. You tell Jordan? Do y'all tell Jordan not to go up on his prices? No, and he still do it. And y'all still buy the product.
I remember when I was in school, Jordan was like maybe like 120. Now every shoe is like 220, 200, 220, 240.
That's if you can catch it at the raffle. But yeah, no. So let's stop doing that to each other. Let's stop, because we don't question anybody else. So
I see another comment by the same Instagrammer. So how do you feel about all these companies coming out with different clippers and different trimmers?
That's a good question. That's a real good question. I think it's great that I think it's good that they're listening to barbers and getting barbers' input when they make these new clippers and trimmers. You can really tell like the quality that it's gone up. A lot of the clippers and trimmers are coming, you know, already adjusted, already, you know, out the box, they ready to go. I think that's dope. You know, just like everything else, the cost of everything is going up. Right. So, you know, what we paid, you know, 5 years ago is not what we're paying for clippers now. But you can definitely tell that, you know, the tools are getting more professional. They're making stuff that, you know, makes it easier for us. So I think that's dope.
That was one of my
like you pay for quality. You pay for what you know, what you get. You get what you pay for.
That was one of my questions for you as well. I wanted to know what was your go-to clipper and trimmer.
Oh man. All right.
I got a couple. Same question.
I got a couple.
Yeah.
This is kind of old school, but the wall detailers are my favorite trimmer, like ever, probably. The cordless detailers. My Fabulous FX.
Mm-hmm.
Always hit. Clippers, I say anything by Stylecraft.
Okay.
The Ergos are definitely my favorites. Magic clips are cool. Mm-hmm. The Oster Octanes. Those are my favorite detachables. Yeah, that's really it. I try to keep it simple. That's something else that I wanted to comment on too. I remember back when I was a newer barber, I used to spend so much money on clippers and trimmers. Like I would buy everything that came out.
Yeah.
And now I have so many, you know, clippers that I don't even use. They're just sitting around or they're whatever.
Right.
So it's like you really don't need to buy every single clipper. Just spend money and invest in good tools though. Mm-hmm. Like you don't need every single clipper, but invest in some good ones and take care of them.
Mm. No, that's very true. Because when I first got in the game, as soon as you have the barber shop that will come up to the school and set up with the band, and I'd be like, everybody just running out there like, oh, we got to get
Yeah.
paper. Or we would go to the local barber shop that was around the area because they was giving out good discounts. Because if you was in school, they'll give you 10% off or whatever. So we just out there just grabbing whatever we can. But yeah, I'm at a point now. Like I use the Andes. I use the wall sometimes. I use my Babyliss a lot. But I try to not every time something drops like, oh, I think I need those. So
Yeah.
yeah. My next question for you, as a business owner, what is how long have you been a business owner?
I actually just hit my 5-year mark.
Oh,
Last week I went to a little ceremony back in, my hometown, and I got my 5-year plaque. So
congratulations.
thank you, thank you, thank you. It's been a long 5 years, but it really hit me, that I'm a pillar in my community, and I'm able to serve my community and serve my peers and people around me, and it's a really good feeling.
So my question for that will be, what other shops, you know, or other owners, what was something that you took from each? I don't know how many owners you worked for, but what was something that you took that you said, okay, I want to use that when I own my shop, and what was something you was like, okay, I definitely don't want to use that when I own my shop?
That's a really, really, really good question. That's a really good question. And that's something that I actually have conversations about with a couple people often. And without, I'm never gonna throw anybody under the bus or whatever. You know, everything that I've been through got me to where I'm at today.
Right.
So I definitely used to sit back and just observe. Even before I even thought that I could have a shop, I
Hmm.
would just sit back and observe and see, the way that you know certain owners run their shops. And I'm really big on professionalism, like super huge on it. I feel like that's like, that the haircut is part of the service, but being professional, talking to, somebody the right way, giving a good, consultation, making sure that they get exactly what they want. I think that's really important. So I, I I used to sit back and observe and just, oh, I'm not gonna do that when I get a shop, or yeah, but without getting too in depth with it, I don't want to throw anybody under the bus. I work for some good people. The shop right now that I'm working at, the Art of Grooming Barbershop in Sandy Springs, Georgia, is these owners. These guys are amazing. I love the way that they run the shop. Just it's so professional. The way that everybody speaks to clients when they walk in. We offer them, wine, coffee, water, nice, relaxing, calming jazz music playing. Like,
Yeah.
you can tell, like, they hold themselves to a certain standard. So shout out to Cam and Honest. Um, but yeah, I definitely picked up and learned a lot, especially from these guys though. And like, I take that back with me when I go home, and try to implement, some of the things they do here. So
I'm gonna let you like go through the comments and see which one you want to answer. Oh,
I see Q. He said, "What's the hardest thing that you encountered starting out as a business owner?" Man, I didn't have a lick of knowledge in business when I acquired my shop at
mhm.
all. I kind of acquired it just on a whim. Um, so learning, what licenses that I needed to have, and what how to be legal. That's the main thing. You want to be legal, and I didn't have a clue. So I hopped on Google, YouTube,
Mhm.
and I figured it out. So we live in an age where we have, you know, all this information at our fingertips, you know. I know we spend a lot of time on social media, but, you know, if you ever need to find some stuff out, look it up. It's right there. You don't got to ask, you know, random people or Facebook, you know, look it up yourself.
Yeah.
And, you know, put that work in and figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, like I'm still learning. 5 years later, I'm still learning, you know, how to be a business person.
Yeah.
So
with your crew, what is it that when say like myself or any customer walks in, what is it that you want that environment or that experience from yourself down crew that you want that customer to, like, when they leave out of there, be like, hey, that was the shop that I want to definitely come back to?
just making them feel welcome. I say for me in my personal shop in Lancaster, I cut a lot of different kind of people. A lot of kids, you know, special needs kids, special needs adults, LGBTQ people, white, black, Asian, all different types of people. So I don't want people to just walk in my shop and think that it's an urban shop or that we only do one kind of hair or we only do one kind of cut.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I want everybody to walk in and feel welcome. You know, it's a safe space for everybody.
Exactly.
Like I like to have snacks. I have free snacks for the kids, keep them comfortable. I cut on cartoons on the TV.
Yeah.
The adults, I offer them, you know, refreshments too. Just feel comfortable, you know, like they can talk to me like I'm an average person, you know, we can talk, we can laugh, you know, just make them feel comfortable. That's the main thing. And I feel like, you know, we do that.
So always make sure to give the floor to my special guest. Is it something that you want to share that we didn't speak upon? Is it, you're welcome to, you know, do shout outs. You're welcome to, you know, say whatever you want to say. This is your floor. I'm giving you the floor.
Dang, I wasn't expecting to have to speak like, nah. I definitely want to thank everybody who supported me, who supports my journey, who supports my shop in Pennsylvania, my barbers. Big shout out to Cammie. She holds it down when I'm gone. So big shout out to her. She's cutting a lot of my clients and handling business. So, and I definitely want to shout out the owners here for, you know, dealing with me and my crazy schedule and, you know, seeing my vision and what I'm trying to do. Like, I appreciate that way more than they know. They didn't have to agree to have me, you know, 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off, you know, so, because I go back and forth every 2 weeks. So they really helped me out a lot. And they're very, they're just awesome. Like, they're really good guys. So that's a blessing.
That's dope.
Yeah, just shout out to everybody who supports me in my movement. Like, shout out to you for having me on here. This is a dope platform. This is dope what you're doing too.
Thank you.
Having these conversations and, you know, letting people know, you know, what goes on behind the scenes.
Yeah. Law of attraction, and how does that relate to you? How do you use that within your everyday life to push forward, even when you're feeling like everything might be against you, but you have a standard, you have love, you have strength and wisdom to keep pushing forward? What is your law of attraction? How do you use it best, especially within this industry or outside this industry?
You know, I just really try to stay as humble as possible, and keep an extremely positive mindset. I think staying humble is definitely key. Some barbers can get a little big headed with things, but you know, I realize that even if 1,000 people tell me that I'm great, you know, thank you, but I still feel like I have so much work to do and I have so much still to learn. Mm-hmm. And I'm not the best barber by any means. I'm not. I probably, if that's what people think, thank you, but I don't feel that way. I feel like I have so much more to learn. I have so much more to, you know, perfect. But I just try to stay really humble and let people know that, you know, just try to stay humble. Be humble. Any upcoming barbers, stay humble.
Yeah.
You know, just stay humble.
All right. This was totally dope. I'm glad. I appreciate you. I'm glad that, you know, I got a chance to reach out to you and you was all for it. You made this platform what it is. You came out, you talked your shit. So I just want to say thank you again. This is not our last. I'm gonna keep hitting you up. I'm gonna ask you about some fades. I'm gonna ask you about some designs because I see that all over your page is dope. And I want to get my shit crispy like that too. So
Oh, definitely. And I need some of them hats though too. Them hats are tough.
I got you. I got you. So yeah, I'm a DM you. I'm a, you know, send you a DM and you know, let me. I think of New Year, I'm gonna wait a couple, you know, weeks and stuff, and then I'm gonna reach back to you. And I'm like, hey, do you got some more talk to your barber shit going on and you want to share? So we're gonna keep this going. We're gonna keep it rolling.
Most definitely. Thank you again.
All right. Thank you, love. Have a great night.
Yeah, have a good night.
All right. Bye.
Bye.